What is up? It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified myself. Yes, yes, yes. It's so the greatness. Yes, and I'm here. I am here with him. I am here with the man of the hour, the activist, the author, the philanthropist, the educator, the entertainer, the empowerer, the conqueror. So, show some respect and bend the knee, all right? Because they come from all across the world to see. The man with the crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground. Oh, yes, he is your king. He is our king. Kyng Kevyn.
And eventually people are going to clap for me. There they go.
There y'all go. Welcome. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of the GreatMines Show.
Yeah. We're here.
We are back with a lot of good, juicy topics.
Oh, yeah.
Some thought-provoking things and some clapbacks.
Yeah.
Got a couple good things going on here. So
got a lot of good things.
Yeah, so tune in. We want you guys to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and then share the video because we're having all these great conversations and having fun. So share the video so that way you can share the laughter and the excitement with all of your friends and family.
Yep, exactly.
It's not necessarily the family show,
right?
So no one under 18.
Yes,
and maybe not grandma.
Yeah. Some people, mature teenagers,
but some grandmoms be there on too, though.
Yeah, no.
So
we're okay with the grandmoms. Shucks, they great. They cook awesome. Some of them. All right. But yeah, so let's get right down to it. So a lot has transpired as of late in the world, and we're going to take a look at some things that you might not have paid attention to, or you may have. All right. But we're going to start off with a lady who has been having a very, very good couple of years. Okay. You could say that she is killing it right now.
That's an interesting way to look at it, because I think she's had a good couple of annoying years.
Annoying, really?
I would say annoying. Well, let's talk about who it is before I say why I say that.
So we're going to be talking about Lizzo. All right. And a lot of folks know that Lizzo has been in the in the social media sphere thanks to a certain gentleman by the name of Aries Spears.
Let's not use that word, because the gentleman wouldn't have done what he's done.
True. A gentleman would not say the things that he has been saying. So a certain comedian, all right, who, Aries Spears. A lot of you folks may know him from Mad TV. Yeah. What else?
I never thought he was that funny. I forget what else he was on because I didn't follow his career.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on Mad TV.
I mean, I'm not going to take it away from him. He's a comedian.
Right. And he was on Mad TV.
Mad TV was a big thing.
Like Mad TV was going toe to toe back in our day. Mad TV was going toe to toe with Saturday Night Live. And now no one's touching Saturday Night Live.
I think Mad TV was the in between Saturday Night Live and Living Color.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because it was after Living Color.
Yeah.
It kind of, because Living Color was going toe to toe with Saturday Night Live. And, when little kids, you know what I mean? Like that was the little kid comedy show battle. But then you had, after Living Color went off the air, you kind of had Saturday Night Live running it until Mad TV came along. And then Mad TV went off the air. So now we got Saturday Night Live. But let's go to show you how good that show is. Right. But yeah, so Aries Spears is talking about Lizzo, and he was on a web show, and
he was getting interviewed.
Did an interview, basically called Lizzo a woman who looks like a plate of mashed potatoes,
or the poop emoji.
Right. Said she has a very pretty face, but looks like the poop emoji and a plate of mashed potatoes. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have seen Aries Spears as of late.
Not even as of late, because he's never been a slim person in his adult career.
True. He's always been a rather husky guy.
Right.
I I would say that he is on I would like when he was younger on Mad TV, he was husky.
Yeah, he was husky then.
I would say that he is fat now. All right, I'm just going to be,
Yeah.
he's fat. So this is a fat guy
who's shaming.
Yeah, who's talking about a
plus size woman.
Yeah,
but you're a fat man,
right?
And I think even in the comments, people were like getting on him because the whole time he's talking, he can barely breathe in between everything. And I'm not making fun of people who have breathing disorders or anything like that, but it's the point that you're sitting here talking about someone else when you're not even the healthiest person yourself.
Right.
So it's like, take a step back. And he was very comfortable to say the stuff that he was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And no, he was very much empowered. And you know what? This may sound a little bit bitter. It is coming from a very bitter place. A lot of childhood trauma is about to come out in this statement. And I don't care. I don't care, because I blame these crazy, women out here for allowing this man to have the confidence that he has.
That's not where I thought this was going.
To do that. No, and I'm going to explain the reason why. Listen, right?
I understand. I just thought
he was going because he also says in the video that, he acknowledges the fact that he's not the best looking guy, and that, he's a little bit overweight is what he says. So, yeah, no, he's way more than overweight. So it's like he is thinking of, he tries to justify that. And then he basically justifies him saying it because he's like, yeah, but when you're overweight, and I think I'm a handsome guy, that's debatable. And he's like, I'm a handsome guy. I have a swagger about me. I have confidence and I'm funny. So I can get ladies. But, he said the, P Valley, you know what I mean? So, I'm like, dude, yeah. So yeah, no, and he's correct. And I'll be honest with you, he is totally correct. He is absolutely correct, because you had growing up, all right, and yes, like I said, childhood trauma coming out. Growing up back home in Newcastle, Delaware, for me, all right, you had tons of dudes who look like Aries Spears, all right, get all the girls. Why? Because he's funny. When I look like this, he looks like that.
So you saying that the girls skipped over you?
Yeah.
Because they were funny?
Huh? Because he was funny, apparently. He's funny, not saying that I knew Aries Spears, but guys like him.
Oh, who were
fat, ugly. You know what I mean?
Because you said childhood trauma coming back up. That sounds like something that you personally experienced.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So the girls will skip over you to go to the other guy.
The other guy. And typically, as he grow in Delaware growing up, all the ugly boys, and the parents knew that they were ugly, right? Because they would make sure that their kids was dressed, had the nicest shoes, always had a fitted. You know what I mean? Oh, clean white tees and stuff like that growing up and stuff like that, because you had to make sure that your kid had a chance in the world of teenagers, which is, cutthroat, survival of the fittest in the truest form. You gotta look good, be good in order to even be okay.
Did we have that conversation about pretty privilege?
Yeah, no, and that's what this, and this is the thing here. You know what I mean? This is the whole thing with because pretty girls, gave fat ugly men like Aries Spears the privilege feel the need to say this crap.
No, that's not what I mean when I say pretty privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, but I'm just saying, I just took what you said and applied it to this situation, because I get what you're saying as far as pretty people get away with everything. You know what I mean? And get whatever they want and stuff like that. That pretty privilege. I get what you're saying. Okay. But then there's also the double-edged sword, because you have the pretty people who empower the ugly people to think that they are one of the beautiful people. And you are not one of the beautiful people, sir. You are not. Lizzo, she is. I think that she's gorgeous.
She is.
I think she's gorgeous. I would. And I'm not into the, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, they're not my cup of tea, the bigger folks. No, power to you. Y'all are all beautiful. But there's very few and far between that I would, take the pound town. But Lizzo, yes.
So, yeah, that's not where the converson's going. Let me stop. I was about to go there. old radio show type conversation, but that's not what the show's about. So I'm not going to go there.
Maybe one day we'll do that.
Yeah,
that conversation elsewhere. But no, I mean, I just think that is like, like fat shaming, and
it is.
It's disrespectful.
And is a level of self-hate in that, because you are a black fat man,
right? Yep.
Down playing or degrading a beautiful black woman who is if you want to use the word fat or large or whatever the case is, but like, you have no ground to stand on. The hypocrisy. Have several seats.
Yes. So Lizzo did clap back at the VMAs. All right. She basically said, hey, to the people talking about being depressed, and she was like, you know what? I ain't even gonna clap back. And she was telling how people was always saying, Lizzo, why don't you clap back? She was like, because I'm too busy winning. She holding up her movement that she just won.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, because it's like, I could sit here and be going back and forth with you, but why? You're sitting there on this interview.
Yes.
And
you felt the need. Then that's the thing with Lizzo. Lizzo's like, you felt the need to mention me.
I'm not even
because
gonna give you that.
I didn't even send for you.
That's the part that gets me with like some of these celebrity beefs.
Yeah,
like the ones who say stupid stuff out their mouths all the time is like, but like, no one. Okay, sorry to bring this man back up, but freaking Orlando Brown. He said something about Bow Wow, Nick Cannon, and didn't he just mention somebody else recently?
I don't.
I feel like he mentioned somebody else
I
recently.
forgot who else he mentioned.
But my point is what you say, like, Orlando, ain't nobody asked you though.
Ain't nobody asked you nothing, guy.
You just sitting here spilling the tea on everybody, and nobody even talking to you.
Now, Orlando, I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. All right, I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. Okay, keep doing it. Tell us about Bow Wow's good poontang. Okay, tell us about it, sir. But
I want to know about the WAP, and I want the video.
Yeah.
Show me the video,
because I'm convinced that it was Little Mama, but who knows? Who knows? And again, Little Mama and Bow Wow are the same person. It's just depending on the day.
I'm just waiting to see them in the same room at the same time
or the hour. Yeah, no, because you don't do it. They tried to do it on that Love and Hip Hop thing, but that was CGI. I don't care what no one says. That was CGI.
Okay, I'm sorry. We off topic because I was about to go
but
there.
Yeah, but the moral of the story with the whole Lizzo and Aries Spears thing, I would say, is to, first look in the mirror, okay, before you go and, toss stones. And then I would say pretty people, especially pretty women. These fat, ugly dudes, just because they funny, don't mean nothing. Stop paying them attention because they can go around talking crap like this. Leave them alone. They ain't that funny. All right. Look at the smart kid who is actually cute and actually good at stuff. You know what I mean? That's probably a little bit, shy and stuff like that. Yeah, I am. And I'm telling you out there, you look pretty girls, pretty teenagers that watch this, you pretty girls, give that quiet, shy kid a chance, because for one thing, odds are is that it's going to be the best sex of your life. You will not have to worry about old bull. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No.
Well, we got to let them know that they're looking forward to it. They got something. They got to have something to look forward to.
Yeah, no.
So,
it's not sex education.
Look, right, and right, you're not gonna have to worry about old bull. You know what I mean? As soon as he's done, just falling on top of you and stuff like that, collapsing and going to sleep, looking for you to make a sandwich.
Stoney.
So yeah.
Ouch.
Moral of the story.
His opinions. He stands by his opinions. Those are not my words, statements, or opinions or views. Just want to make that clear. Because, yeah.
Stoney stands on his own. Hey, Stoney says. Yeah.
Moral of the story is don't cast stones if you live in a glass house.
Yes.
Now, moving on to the
speaking
VMAs.
of the VMAs, right? We just talked about Lizzo.
Right.
At the VMAs. Let's talk about the VMAs, period. So, a little bit of highlights from the VMAs that were, highlights of note. It was a very, very successful show. MTV. I would say that this was one of the more, this was probably one of the better VMAs of the past few years. I mean, it seems like the VMAs have kind of fallen off. since my early childhood. But then again, it could be my attention span with MTV. I could have aged out of MTV,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very good show. You had one of the big things was that the first ever country music performance at the VMAs happened this year. And it was a person of color. I forgot what his name is, but he's a mixed country music star. And when I tell you black folks are taking over that game right now.
He's the one with a blue and the black outfit, right?
I think so, but I forgot what his name is. We'll find. Let us know in the comments what his name is. Because you got the one bull from Delaware. I think it's Jimmy Allen or Jimmy Ray or something like that. But black country bull from Delaware, Southern Delaware, of course. So he's killing it. He won so many CMAs. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So not only are we taking over the NHL now, we are taking over country music. Yes. Black excellence here. Thanks, Joe Biden. So.
Well, nah, okay.
And then also we had some big wins. Nicki Minaj won the Michael Jackson Vanguard video award.
So before we get away from it, I didn't get to actually sit and watch the VMAs because I was working, and when I came in, I caught the very last. I caught Nicki's performance.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversation about her winning that award came up. And I don't know how I feel about that award being presented to Nicki. I don't feel like it's her time yet. Like, I don't feel like they should have highlighted someone else.
So, of other people that, because they've already highlighted Beyonce, and the thing with the Video Vanguard Award, the purpose of it is somebody who is right now revolutionizing and being a needle mover in the music video game. Okay. Michael Jackson set the bar when it comes to music videos. You gotta be period for everybody. That's why the award's named after him.
I get that, right?
So,
but
yeah, like Beyonce's already had it.
If you're talking about music video award, then I'm thinking she's doing something to really stand out. And you said now, she's now. I just don't see it. I don't think that.
But you got to figure, are you watching music videos? Enough. How often do you watch music videos?
I actually watch them a lot because that's what I have sex to.
Okay. Fair enough.
And like, I don't want to compare her to some of the artists that are out right now because one, it's a different time, different genre. She's further along in her career than they are. So finding someone comparable to say they should be in that space other than
Chris Brown's already got it, right? Yeah.
I would have to really give some thought to it because right now in the industry,
like everybody's already got it before her, to be honest.
Did Rihanna got it?
Yeah, right? Rihanna's already had it.
Usher
has already won a Video Vanguard Award. Yes.
Brandy. Well, no, she's not for music video. Why would I say
But
Brandy?
she's not. Yeah, she's not putting out music videos right now. Like and that's the thing. They've all got it at pretty much the height of their so-called video music. You know what I mean? Presence. So I get it because, and I get why people are like, oh, why Nicki? Let's be real. She's the only one right now who is, putting out decent videos. And,
I don't want to take away from her either. Like,
and has the longevity.
Still Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The award is also awarding longevity too. You know, of course, when it comes to videos, everybody and their mama is always putting on Megan Thee Stallion. Like, why not? Like, yeah. Need I say more? The Rock said it the best. Who, if you could be a celebrity's pet, whose pet would you be? Instantly, Megan Thee Stallion, and I agree. So it's like I would want to be a little dog too, so that I could just, and oh goodness. But yeah, so yeah, she doesn't have the longevity right now, huh?
You're gross. You do what men do.
I love beauty. I love
I
all types of
know.
beauty. Doesn't matter.
I just want to be a little dog so I can sit on her lap. That's gross.
No, not the lap. I want to climb in between the.
Stop.
Just climb right on
Stop.
it.
Oh my gosh, that's gross.
No, it's not. Have you ever nestled in
So
between some big
mannish.
old barangos?
It's just so mannish.
Motorboat them. Yes, yes. All right. So yeah, but yeah, I think it's longevity because I only think that I think that Meg is the only person, but I don't think it's Meg's time yet for this award. I think
Right.
in
would've
about
said-
2 to 3 years, yes.
You know what? Who else I would have said? Cardi, but not yet.
Right.
Cardi's been around a little bit longer than
Yeah.
Megan. And she's definitely made a staple in visuals.
I think if Cardi has another good album over the next year come out and some really, really great creative videos, then yes, you know what I mean? I think that WAP had a little bit of a WAP when it came to the video, because the song itself is like, oh my God, but the video was like,
wait,
okay.
That's how you feel about the video?
That's how I felt about the video. I didn't think it went far enough, to be honest with you, especially the way that the song goes. I think that they could have went further.
I think that it reached its goal.
Yeah,
I think it reached its goal. I think it was a good video.
I'm way more of a
and then having other women in it. Yeah.
So then we also had so she won the Video Vanguard Award, debatable, you know what I mean, as we just displayed. Lil Nas X won, and that is somebody who I also think is hot on everybody else's trails when it comes to putting music video, like good music videos out. Like his videos tells a story. They are, and there's a deeper story in there too, like, and they speak,
and
like
the colors are always so vibrant, like even if it's like CGI, but like the sets and then the caricatures that he does, and again the stories, like you can actually follow a story opposed to like a song with random visuals. Like it's a good.
Yes, and full disclosure, I am head over heels for Lil Nas X. Like and the thing about it is, like, I think you have to also follow him too, and get to, because he does let you in on his Instagram. He lets you in. He lets you into a lot of his thought patterns and everything else like that. For a young guy, he thinks very maturely. I will give him that. And he's just so goddamn gorgeous. Like, whoo. Yes, he has a pass to Castle Greatness. He does. If he wants to come and, yes, get in bed with greatness and the better half of greatness, he has a pass. Certainly does. Lil Nas X, if you're out there, look us up.
Yes. So then we have
Saucy.
Yes.
Saucy had a big performance, and that's a big deal, especially because we had a Black LGBT winner in Lil Nas X for Industry Baby, which is a great video. And then you had Saucy Santana, out there performing. This is big because Saucy is a pretty much homegrown type of artist. Like Saucy grind. He grind, to get where he is as far as performing on the VMAs. Like he wasn't, it wasn't like all these other types that had connections and stuff like that and everything else like that. His way up. He grind, and he performed, like all throughout, the community for one thing, and that's one thing I do give credit to our community for a change as far as the Black. The Black and brown marginalized LGBT communities, because we can finally say that we honestly built a super like integrally built a superstar. Like a lot of these other superstars can say that, but I mean, Jennifer Hudson is one that we can honestly claim is ours because she got her start in gay clubs. been performing in gay colors besides church and stuff like that.
Right.
But Saucy Santana is one of us that we help, propel to where he's at. And we got to do that with a lot of other, LGBT artists and stuff like that. Lil Nas X is great. Yeah, I think that he definitely, shined a big
it's good
light.
that you say it like that, because you can tell the difference between
Yeah,
manufactured and home brought,
right,
or homegrown.
Right, yeah, no, and he is definitely Saucy is definitely a homegrown, and we have others out there.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a lot of good artists out there.
Not taking anything away from Lil Nas X, because again, he's
not saying that he's not, you know what
dope.
I mean, right? Yeah, but let's be real. He started out under the impression that
I mean, but he just
he didn't start out under the impression.
He started on YouTube, but he wasn't out.
Yeah,
so
he wasn't
when
out.
He made his rise to fame. It was like, oh, this guy's cool. And he's black guy singing country.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, he said he's gay, and then the floodgates open.
Right. When Saucy just was full blown Tinkerbell from day one, so it was like he didn't come out of a cocoon like Lil Nas X did, and unravel his butterfly wings.
Right.
You know what I mean? Saucy was already, fluttering and putting glitter dust everywhere, walking through the dough. So like we saw him at the dough. But yeah, so I would say that there was a overarching theme with the VMAs this year. I think that this VMAs definitely signified a change in the taste of pop culture music, because let's be real, pop culture doesn't sound the same.
It's not.
All right, and I think this year, and I think that it is like slowly and surely progressed, but this year definitely marked a stark change in the overall tone and execution of popular music, but also who the artists are. No, like there wasn't a heavy emphasis on, the pretty blonde white girl. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. Like that's a juggernaut. That whatever. Like she's gonna get her awards at every award show. Like we know Taylor Swift. There's no stopping Taylor Swift. All right. And we're not trying to. All right. But there wasn't like, you had white boy bands, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, Backstreet Boys, all these, O-Town, like all these white boy bands that used to dominate, and all these white girls and stuff like that used to dominate popular music. And now it is becoming more and more black, brown, and queer.
Yes.
And it's awesome, because these were the people that were driving popular music back then from behind the scenes anyway.
Yep.
So I mean that's my opinion of the VMAs. I don't know what you gathered from the highlights and everything.
From the highlights, it was cool. If I was to wrap it all up in a nice little bow for you guys, the highlight for me for this was the performance with the augmented reality twerking. That threw me off so bad. And it was such a bummer for me that I have to bring it up as a highlight, because it was just that, like, what the hell is going on here? And so if you're watching it from home, you see this female figure twerking in the middle of a stage. But if you're in the audience, you don't see that. Until at one point they do put something up on the screen behind the guys that were performing. Another augment, or the same type of character, on her hands and knees twerking. Did you pay attention to her face though? Like somebody had to say, well, what is her face going to look like? Her face looked like she was in the middle of a good stroke while she's twerking. What are we doing, people? What's going on? Like, we have technology to do augmented reality, and and I know I work in the industry where sex is everything, but in mainstream, of all the things you could have done with this technology, y'all create somebody twerking, a giant twerker.
Yeah, it's that was terrible. That's all I can say about that. That was terrible. I'm not a fan of augmented reality or AUGs, as they call them. Like, I'm not a fan of them. I think they look stupid and cheesy, and they don't do nothing for the live crowd.
Or not even it did nothing for me. It didn't tell me a story. It didn't didn't connect me to the artist, the lyrics, or anything. It did not make sense. You had enough dancers on stage to twerk.
I think all they're doing is just making it hard for him to be a cameraman, because you just gotta make sure you have a wide angle to be able to fit the AUG in. Right. And that's just stupid, because you're supposed to be focused on the action, which is the thing.
And that's the next thing, because it becomes distracting. Because now I'm not paying attention to the artist, because all I see is this ass in my face.
Right. It's totally unnecessary. Lose the AUGs, MTV. If anybody's watching it, Viacom, I know you watch it because y'all struck us. So you watching, lose the AUGs. God damn it. Anyway, I'm
not gonna say lose them, but put them to better use.
Lose them. WWE is doing a terrible job. Enough for all of entertainment. Lose them. All right.
Well, you can say that about movies, like superhero movies. When you look at DC, but Marvel proves different. Yeah. So
that reminds me of this video I saw on the internet about it was like worst CGIs in movies and stuff like that, and they brought up some CGIs that were like Jumanji. You remember how cool Jumanji was
growing up, and then you look
at it now, and you're like, what the fuck? Yup. Spawn.
Yes.
You know how cool Spawn was when I was a kid. Like, I love that movie, but the CGI is terrible.
Guess what movie came on my TV the other day?
What?
Freaking Leprechaun.
Oh.
To me, I'm looking at it and I'm just cracking up at it now. But then it was like, that was horror.
Jennifer Aniston?
Yes.
Oh, it's a good one. Yes. It's a good one. Yeah.
It was like
she doesn't even say anything about that. That's funny.
No, that was before Friends. So no, her career before Friends was like, I'm here, but I haven't arrived yet.
Hey, Leprechaun, your big break forever.
Right.
Anyway, Leprechaun, it would be no friend Jennifer Aniston. So recognize Leprechaun. I know she's watching too. So earlier you had mentioned that you work in the sex industry, which we know. All right.
You didn't know?
Oh, we have a studio audience. We have sexual chocolate teddy bear in the studio
with the sexy lips.
Yes. All right. Yeah, he is. He is here.
Wait, why you put your face down like that's gonna stop us from seeing you?
He's queer. We are rooting for it. Yeah. So in
the adult content creator world,
yes.
About a week ago, a lot of people were kind of like on alarm because there was a popular content creator who we saw reports of him in jail because he murdered somebody
and wanted by the law. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then, like everyone got scared because he's as a couple. If y'all can see my friend behind the camera right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's in a relationship with another content creator. So I think everyone's first thought was he killed his boyfriend.
Right.
So people are like, "Oh, look, you got to check in." Eric, what's his last name?
Eric Dobbs.
So the first person in question is Jonte Collier. His mugshot comes up on like Wanted and all that stuff, and everyone's like, "So, oh my gosh!" So we get a message from Eric Dobbs' Twitter saying, "Oh no, I'm okay." Da, 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 da. And I saw in the comments someone said, that's suspicious. I need to see a video. And he creates a video saying that Jonte is and he is in custody right now. He wouldn't hurt anyone. He didn't do it. So allegedly he was accused of murdering this white guy who we don't know what they were doing together. But it led to, I guess, an altercation, and the white man did not live past that altercation, allegedly. So now we get more to the story, and then we see that Eric Dobbs as well is wanted, or was he in custody?
he was he
Yeah, he was
yeah.
because he had to be extradited.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, this is a whole big thing now.
Yes.
Because these guys are facing murder charges.
Yes. So to give everyone some more background on everything, while I pull up the officials. I'm going to be reading this directly off of the juror, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, the GBI, as they like to call them down in Georgia. All right, you got to say it with that accent, like you from Augusta, Georgia. All right. Um, but yeah, so this is directly from the Georgia Bureau of Investigations websites and press release. Two men have been arrested in connection with the death of a victim, and we're not going to say any names because we don't want to do anything to the victim's family. They're already dealing with stuff.
So also,
we're just reporting on these guys.
Before you continue, we are actually also handling the situation very sensitively and delicately because again, there is someone's family mourning them now,
right?
And there's an active investigation going on, and we don't want to influence public opinion with our words. So we're being careful. We're giving you the story, but like trying to be as careful as possible not to give too much of our own personal opinions on this.
Right. So, in the death of a Roswell, Georgia, a Rossville, Georgia man, John Kevyn Collier and Eric Dobbs, both age 23, both of Huntsville, Alabama, have both been charged with murder. All right. On Monday, August 1st, Walker County Sheriff's Office Major Mike Freeman contacted the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, or the GBI, for assistance in investigating a death, or the man's death. All right. And it goes on to basically say on Monday, or no, hold on, let me just say Rossville police officers had at 1:17 p.m. on Monday, August 1st, Rossville police officers responded to shots fired at the 400 block of East Peachtree Street in Rossville, Georgia. All right. Deputies and officers arrived to the scene to find a man shot inside of his home. The man was taken to a local hospital and pronounced dead. Witnesses saw a red truck and a blue Dodge Charger leaving the home of the incident, and described a shooter getting into the red truck and speeding away. All right. On Monday, August 8th, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations obtained a murder warrant for John Kevyn Collier on Wednesday, August 10th of 2022. All right. The U.S. Marshals Task Force in Huntsville, Alabama, special agents of Alabama law enforcement agencies, and Huntsville Police SWAT Department and crime scene specialists executed a search warrant at their residence in Huntsville, Alabama, and arrested Collier. And Collier was taken to Madison County Jail. Collier waived extradition and is now in Walker County Jail in Georgia. On Monday, August 15th, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations obtained another murder warrant, this time for his partner, Eric Dobbs. On Tuesday, August 16th, Dobbs was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals and the task force in Huntsville, Alabama, and was taken to Limestone County Jail, awaiting extradition to Walker County, Georgia. So that is where it stands right now. That is the most recent news update on this particular matter.
So I will also say this, locally in like Huntsville or in like Georgia, you may see this come up on the news, but this isn't like national news. This isn't mainstream news. So it's more than likely we're not going to get to see much of an outcome for this.
Right.
We at the GreatMines Show will keep an eye out and ear out for any information we can get, and we try to make sure our sources are reliable before we report it.
Yep.
And we'll come back to you and give you more information as to how this is all unfolding, and hopefully, the family of the victim can find some type of peace through this process, and truth comes out, and that everyone gets the recompense, I guess, that they deserve.
And I would say that the angle that we are covering this is more or less from a interest perspective, in part because the subjects occupy the same kind of space that we occupy it, where we, him works in content creation. They are content creators. They are insta famous. He's insta famous. Like, we like they are our lanes kind of intersect, and we kind of want to shine a light on different aspects of the lifestyle that is associated with the sex industry, you know what I mean, or the social media world and stuff like that, and to really try to provide a different perspective so that people can actually get in touch with the human aspects behind these folks, because of the fact that sex workers and folks,
and with that, because social media thrives off of negativity, it kind of sucks that outside of just the actual sex part of it, the representation you get of people's personas are the negativity. We didn't get into it, but the show that you're watching about Bobby Lights, and like that is it's going to get traction, it's going to get a lot of attention, but it's because it's negative. And it's not the full representation. It's entertainment, but it's not the full representation of our community.
And we're going to be doing our best to basically let folks see a more human aspect of these adult content creators and everything. And that's the whole purpose behind this show, is to humanize this guy here, to let folks know that he's not just
part of the conversation,
parts. He's not just the sum of his parts. He is more than that. He is definitely, and that's what we also like to highlight too in your wonderful novel.
And this book is called A Life of Lust, Memoirs of the Porn Star. And in it, I get to articulate in detail some experiences, some of them that were extremely funny, extremely sexy, or emotional. I delve into a lot of great stuff in this book. And you ask, how can I find this book? Well, you could easily just go ahead and click on that link right there that just popped up on your screen, KevynM.com, and purchase your copy of A Life of Lust, Memoirs of the Porn Star.
Yes. And while you're at it, you should follow a link, because when you go to KevynM.com, a link is going to pop up, all right, and take you right to kingsfinity.org/Pride22, where you can buy your tickets, all right? You can buy your VIP passes. When I tell you VIP passes where you're at, is where you want to be at. That is where you want to be for Columbus, Maryland Pride. That is where you want to be, because you will be able to rub elbows with the GreatMines, all right? You will be able to rub elbows with the chocolate dreadlock Adonis that is Understand Trap, all right? You are going to be able to rub elbows with the legend, all right? Kai Levine, all right? We got the sexy and sultry Zaddy Corvinus there, all right? We have the delectable naked chef coming, all right?
I get to wait. Let me do this one.
Yeah.
I get to host one of the opening events, which is the nude paint sip with my bros, King Kendall and Just Hollywood.
Oh, the sexiness is off the charts,
and
ladies and gentlemen.
They have a ball when they get to take their clothes off. So it's gonna be fun.
Yes. So make sure you go to kingsfinity.org Kingfinity.
I want to say, please don't say King.
Kingfinity. Kingfinity. No S's in there. Kingfinity.org. All right. Purchase your tickets today. All right. Sad news. All right. Sad news, because we are one of these central places that you can find out all the exclusive news for CMP, because we are the official, broadcaster here. I'm gonna claim it for CMP. But
we're the media arm of CMP.
We're the official platform, as far as releasing news to you all here.
And so let me just also mention that we are going to set up time. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily for us or on the cocktail hour,
right? Because the new season of Cocktail Hour coming.
Yes, so we definitely want to have the founders of CMP,
right,
Kingfinity, Preston and Tashobi, have them on and get to hear from them.
Yes,
the whole process, their expectations, their goals, their highlights, and what we have to look forward to in the future.
Yes. So come on down. It is a wonderful, wonderful time. There are going to be, so bad news is Host Hotel totally booked. However, all right, we are currently working with another hotel to open up another block of rooms. It is about a 10-minute walk away from the current Host Hotel, which is literally right in the center of where all the festivities and events are going to be. So if you didn't get into the Host Hotel, do not fret. Okay, do not fret. All right, we are going to have more rooms available to you guys in another hotel very shortly. Go to kingfinity.org/pride22 to buy your passes today. All right, VIPs are going to get a lot of perks, a lot of good things coming to the VIPs. All right, so make sure that you are there, and also keep an eye out for the new hotel bookings that are going to be dropping very, very soon.
And we'll definitely keep you guys updated. If you haven't already followed us on social media, we've been posting, like a lot of the other guys who are going to be at the events have been posting along with us. So you've seen it. We know you've seen it at this point.
Get your passes today. All right.
So, that being said, I think we've got everything covered.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys join us next week for another great conversation.
Yes. I'm excited for the new season of Cocktail Hour. I can't wait.
We're gonna have fun.
I cannot wait. Stoney's going to invade on there one of these days, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Oh, by the way, what's the first initial of the person you didn't want to work with?
All right, so are you asking when I was on? Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Production, like with the studios, or when I became an independent content creator?
Stay tuned and find out.
Wait, you want to know the initial, right?
Yes.
Not the same person, but the same initial for both, and that's a B.
Who is it? Who is
they?
It? Who are they? Because it's more than one person that he done did and they didn't want to do it. So, yeah.
What was that? That sounds like a Bill Cosby.
I'm excited. Let's go.
Okay. So we'll see you guys next week.
Thank y'all for coming. God bless and good night.